Welcome back to Timberborn and the Mega Build series, and I think this is going to be the last video. And it may be a week later than planned because it's taking a while. So what have I been up to? Well, you'll see here that we're working on the other side of the power connection. I may as well let the game run at this point. It can run just fine on its own, but I say run just fine on its own. It doesn't run very well at this point. We've got 1,200 beavers and bots, but I am determined to finish what I've started. So I've built the box around the bad water source here, and we're working on building to. This is the halfway point, so we're extending the I guess canal of water wheels from this side to the halfway point. We're going to extend this one. They are different. They are not going to be symmetrical to the halfway point, and that will do that job. So that's what's going on with this. I finished the water wheel set here, and this is now actually used one of the power tunnels to come through here, and then some bridges to get us across here to bring a big chunk of power into here. So they've got their own dirt excavator because they're doing a lot of building. So that seemed to make sense, and I'm bringing a lot more bots into this area. So that's going on. I've put a water wheel and some chargers over here so that the bots doing the delivery to this district crossing can recharge before they go back. It looks like I might need to build a few more, so let's just throw a couple more here. I'll just tidy this path up as well. Getting this bit built was pretty monumental job. Actually, it's a bit of a mess, but it's in. We have a way of getting water down into this bowl for what's going to be our luxury community, I guess. What I think I will probably do, and what I'm going to do, and do it while you're here, is I'm going to actually block across here because I want to minimize the water usage, basically. What I found is if I had these floodgates open, we weren't getting power out of these wheels. So we'll do that, and then we'll do that. And then I'm going to put staircases here. We're going to put a ladder here. Select the ladder. It builds the ladder. Then we can get rid of all of these trees. Let's get rid of those. Do a bulk select, and then we will unselect the little trees so we don't waste beaver effort, because they don't really need deleting. You can just draw a path over them and then delete the path. Put that there, and then I think I'm going to also put a set of 1 high floodgates there. And then we'll put a stream gauge there, and we'll control both sets from that stream gauge. So that's this district. So I think the reason that I built this far is we then need to do another drop on the water wheels. So we'll get to that. Yeah, I only made this 1 thick, so we're running platforms along here to be able to connect power. So that'll be fun. wonder, can we build platforms on? We can build platforms on top of side platforms. So that might be a thing. That might be a thing. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. So this one can go a bit further. We'll let those work over here. Not a lot is happening in this district. They are just working on extending this at the moment primarily. I did build a big stack of warehouses, piles that's fed originally from the trees, and then I switched it across so because they ran out of wood. Over here, we are clearing this area because I thought we needed more power generation. I think we might be okay, actually. It looks like we're okay, but I thought we can build something in here if we need to. In this district, we are just doing, and the same over here. And again, I thought about putting in some power stations, some engines over here, but we don't really need to. So yeah, I think we're okay. This just keeps generating power and throwing it into here, and we're good. So we will focus predominantly over here on the stuff we're doing here, and I think we could bring over even more beavers. So to do that, we need to have space to build more workery related things. And with this being all terraced, that's kind of a pain. I guess we could probably... You can see that the lag is definitely real. And that's with using quite a few districts. So, and this is on my desktop, not my laptop. On my laptop, I'm playing on like mega low resolution, lowest settings, and it's almost unplayable. So that's part of the reason why I think this is almost done. And also it's kind of, I've done the thing, you know, it's got to the point where it's not really, I don't know. I think I've achieved most stuff that's achievable. We've got stable power, we've got stable food. So yeah. So that's another 12 builders. We could do with more hauling posts, I think. So maybe if we clear this off as a priority. Prioritize. That is prioritized, fair enough. And then we'll put some hauling posts in as well. And then we'll just bring over a bunch more bots. So I am using the Skystorm tactic of building storages to try and save the bots from having to go back, but it's just not enough to support them with what I have. You know, and probably would be worth putting a couple of ladders there to speed up them being able to get to those. Yeah, you can see I'm just throwing stuff in random places. And like I can get, I think probably haulers is more important now. So there we go. Hauling post, high priority build. We are short 11, so make that and make it 100. Crazy because we started with like 12 here. Yeah, it's a lot more now. Hoping we can get 2 more hauling posts here. Yeah. That'll give us 3 more hauling posts, but you can see the FPS is just painful. And it's not that the computer's struggling, it's the game engine. The game engine struggles when the saves get this big. But we need another 11 on top of that. So make it 115. They'll get those built and hopefully that will speed everything up. So yeah, so at this point we need to do a drop. So then I think probably we can go right to the middle from there. I forget how long this is. I will measure it. We'll pause to measure it because otherwise they'll start building. So that's 10. No, don't do it there. Do it over the path. 20, 30. That's 33. Okay. I don't know if that's exactly the right amount, but we're going to make the next one the same amount. So 10, 20, 30. We're just going to, it's not worth doing another drop. We're going to do all the way to the middle from there. So right, start there and fill all of it in with lovely blocks. I guess we need to leave a gap of 1 or 2, so do that. And I need to delete all the random bits of paths I've drawn now, because otherwise they will become annoying. Right. So this is what we do. We just fill in all of it and then put the edge on, and then we're good. And I'll just leave them to build this for a bit and then come back, because it will take them quite a while, particularly as I am doing way too much. But I think I'll just do some bulk deleting. That'll be easier than having to be less precise with placing stuff, I think. Yeah. It probably won't take that long to get this built, I don't think. I need to make sure I'm making it at least wide enough, which I am not. So that's probably why it is worth being a little bit over generous. Except where I don't need to be. That is wide enough. So yes, this has been an interesting experiment, I guess, in building different things. You guys seem to have enjoyed watching me try and build different things. And it's a different way of making content, and it does allow me to generally play a lot more, which is a good thing because it's a game that I enjoy playing a lot. So there is that element to it. But it's just it's kind of got so that it's quite unplayable a lot of the time. So that's why I think this is most likely the last video. And yeah, I can kind of understand why. If you've not heard of him, because you might not be a Timberborn content consumer, Skystorm is a guy who has a very big channel, who makes Timberborn content every day for a bit and then vanishes for quite a long time. And he does lots of this mega building type stuff, and I can understand why. One, he takes quite big breaks, and two, he always talks about how long it takes him to make his videos, because it takes a lot of hours to do this stuff. And he tends to focus on the building and not some of the other stuff that I tend to think about. And I have really messed this up. Too much talking, not enough concentrating. So we only wanted to go to that level. Can I delete everything I need to? It would appear I can. Yes, demolish, please. That has worked, so let's try that again. Yes, demolish, please. And then can we go? We can. Yes, demolish, please. So this should get rid of the stuff that we don't need to build. Awesome. And then we need to build the sides. So, which are too high. Not too high, just too high. So, get those placed. And then we'll do some paths and some stairs. And yeah, we'll just let the bots do their thing. So we do a ladder, ladder, ladder. Paths all the way along. There's probably benefit in me making sure that I put in a way up occasionally, so that they're not having to go a really long way to get supplies, and that should be that. So I'm going to let them do that. You can just see it's so almost unplayable. Delete that, please. We can then you advanced, attach to stream gauge, low threshold. If it's below 0.6, you go to 0. If you're above 0.8, you go to 3. And you attach to stream gauge. Advanced, attach to stream gauge. Gosh. Attach to stream gauge. Attach to stream gauge. Why won't you let me attach to stream gauge? Not really pick any. I'm confused. Attach to stream gauge. There, right. So low, I need to remember the numbers. 0.66, 0.97. Okay, so 0.66. Go to 0. 0.97. 0.97. Okay. 1. And that should do a thing. Did I not place those last? I did, they've just not built them yet. Okay, cool. So it's at 0.89. But that is good. So we need to build our luxury community up here, which I'm going to do off camera. and we'll be back. Welcome back. It's been quite a long time. It's actually so we're partway through this episode, and it's probably going to have taken me a good few weeks to record this due to some stuff. So apologies, randomly partway through the video. I have made some progress with what's going to be our kind of luxury district. So what we've got so far, it's not a district yet. It's not a separate district yet. So we've got some housing. There isn't really luxury housing for the Iron Teeth, but there's a couple of barrack blocks here. So there's housing for 20 beavers. They've got the wind tunnel. They've got the exercise plaza, because although it's luxury accommodation, they've got exercise plaza and swimming pool because they are going to want to work out. They've got a rooftop terrace. There's going to be food and water for them. Lots of decoration. I might expand some of the well-being stuff a little bit as well. We've got some oak trees going in, so they're not going to be able to see the rest of the lowly people providing for them. There's going to be a district crossing here with the district centre and some charging. So bots are going to be doing the work for them. So bots will bring in their rations, their Iron Teeth, but they don't need fancy food. And the rations will be their complete food. So bots will bring in their rations and their water to feed and hydrate them. And so there's some charging posts for them there. And then attached still to the main district, and it's glitching weirdly. I'm trying to make a waterfall for them, which is going to be fed by some fluid dumps. And still a work in progress. 4 fluid dumps so far doesn't seem to be providing enough fluid dumpage. Not sure if that's a word, so we might have to blast a little bit out there and get a 5th one in. But yeah, that's fed by a path that comes up the side again, so they don't have to deal with the with that. And that's got a little power plant down here as well. So yep, that's all going in. That's all going in. So yep. I thought this was just kind of cool and random and funny. The power comes across from the geothermal plant, so that's all tapped in. Yeah, there's a few other bits I've been working on. So I've planned in, I demolished all the side platforms, and I've planned in just thickening this up now. So it's going to be a triple wide for putting the power wheels in. There's a bit of a height discrepancy. It's okay. I'm not going to get funny about that. And this is all planned in now, so they'll just get this built, and then we can finish putting the power in for that. These guys are just doing their thing. We've probably got a bit of an excess of bots now. Yeah, we've got 80 spare bots. So these guys are working. I've kind of got a bit distracted. I was working on clearing this area or something. It's been quite a while, so I really don't remember what I was planning to. I think power generation, but I'm not sure we need it at this point. And then I had a bit of a food crisis. I say a bit of a food crisis. I had a pretty major food crisis. So I think I still need to reset all of these up, which is the next job that I need to do. But what I ended up doing is I ended up deleting these and connecting this to the main district, because the main district ran out of food. It now has quite a lot of food. So what I've done is I built a big storage tower for food products. One of the problems was canola oil. So I've massively increased the canola oil processing here and a little bit here. And I've put in a lot of fermenters as well. So that's kind of helped shore up our food supply. We're now producing the complete food ration over here, but you will notice that we're low on mushrooms. So back in the farming district, and I increased it to 5 district crossings now to see if that's going to keep up. So I need to get those set up when I finish rambling to you guys. We're increasing the population over here, so building some more housing, and I've built a new stack of hydroponic gardens, which is entirely mushrooms at the moment because we ran out of mushrooms. But yeah, so that was that. It was a bit touch and go actually, and the only way that I could solve it easily was to basically delete all these and connected the two. I was quite lucky that I caught it. I nearly had a Cartec moment where he I nearly had a bit of a wipe over here. We would have recovered, but it was a little bit embarrassing. So yeah, that's that. I need to sort out a coffee plantation at some point. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. I was trying to, I'm still considering actually, because we have a lot of power, I'm considering opening this up a bit, putting more pumps in here so we can transfer water from here through to here. That's a bit weird. And get water flowing down here. And maybe create a coffee plantation somewhere down here. I'm not sure. But yeah, I had forgotten that I need to sort out those district crossings. So I'm going to carry on playing. We'll get this. I'll finish setting this up. I'll get that sorted. And maybe I'll come back. I've had a better idea for this waterfall because we can generate power from here. So we're going to give it a go. I don't know if it's going to work or not, and it's a bit of a building project, and actually we probably don't want to use platforms. We probably want to close that in and focus the flow a little bit. So let's use dirt, and we probably need to do something like, and you know, we're not using enough dirt for building at the moment, so yeah, probably want to do something like that. And then from here onwards we can probably do that. I'm guessing we might need to blast that out, so it's suddenly becoming a bit of a bigger project. Yeah, something like that. And then a few double power wheels there. And then what I'm thinking is that we cut a little channel. Where do we want to come back to? We might need to plant some more trees to hide this stuff. I don't want the fancy beavers seeing it. I think if we cut a channel something like this, I'll start with that. I've not really planned the rest of it, and then we need to come up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to have to use 2. I think theirs can do 6. So I guess it's more than 8. We're going to need to use 2 deep mechanical pumps. But that's probably going to be much better than this, and it will save us a lot of dot power. So, and essentially we're just continuously reintroducing water, and that seems like a bit of a waste. Yep. Well, might as well detonate that, tidy up that bit, but I'm even going to put in that one. But yeah, we'll do that instead. So it's going to mean a bit of a redesign of all the path network, but it's quite a lot of building work to do there. But to give you a rough idea, I guess we'll end up blasting a hole down here, 6, or kind of a rectangle, so that we can get the next pump in, and then some sort of channel. We'll have as much of it hidden as we can in the mountainside, and then a bit of tree planting maybe to mask it. Be good. And obviously, maybe not obviously, we're not going to do anything with making this accessible to the posh beavers until it's all done. So I set up all of the all of these. So these guys are importing basically everything that the farming area grows. And then on this side, these are importing some of the raw materials they need, some nicer food, and obviously they grow some food. So, and I put a control tower here to boost, because we have bots working in the in this side of it, and I've put in a few charging stations nearby as well, just to kind of help with charging the bots up. We might need more. I did kind of think of putting in like a mezzanine floor of bot chargers up here. Might still do that. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm going to carry on working on this. Let's blast some dynamite, I guess, and we can get placing the next chunk. Hopefully they can get to it all. So this now all needs to be triple dynamite to cut into there. And yeah, we'll have to kind of zigzag, and let's get them in to pick up all of this stuff. We'll get that done. Right, he's just coming to do that, or they. And then yeah, we'll plan placing this first water pump as well. So let's detonate that. Because we can then delete a bunch of the path that we don't need. Like all of this stuff. We might need it, but for now we don't. So we'll work on recovering all of the rubbish afterwards. And then, yeah, I wonder whether we should come right around the back to cut this across here and up the back so that we can have the mechanical pump sat here. But that would only let us have one, and then we'd have to come around anyway. But the next one could then be hidden. Kind of like that idea. Because that's fairly well hidden, isn't it? So what we need to do is there, go down 6. So we would then come along here. Something like that. And actually 3, that would be a set of 2s. And that would be a 1. Let's do that, and then maybe we can put the other water pump here somewhere. No, because we'll go down even further, haven't we? Because that can lift from 6 down. So that might work, actually. Let's try that. And I'll come back when we've got some stuff done. We are almost done. We just need someone to come build this, and it'll all be working. So we've got 3 power wheels, which are generating 1600 HP, which is more than enough for the 2 pumps and some chargers. We don't actually need bots to be coming over here once it's all working. The first one is in and working and pumping water to the base of the second pump. So yeah, we literally just need a beaver or a bot to come finish this connection, which I've put the wrong one in. Oh, yeah, Egypt. Yeah, Egypt. So that was a bit anticlimactical, because what we need is that to be built. So let's high prioritize that. Hopefully it won't take them long. While we're waiting over the other side, I thought, so this is going to work in temperate and bad times. I won't work in a drought. So what I thought I'd do is I've put a power tunnel through the mountain, and I'm starting to work on coming down here, and we can then connect it into the main power grid as well. So most of this was actually unnecessary. Well, just this bit. I've also reprofiled this exit here to speed up and focus the flow, and I'm doing the same here past this water wheel, just so this generates a bit more power. It's not really needed, but you know, might as well, I guess. Let's just have a quick check over here. I think we've probably got maybe one more episode in this. Actually, I did say at the start I think this was probably the last episode, but there's still a fair bit to do. So yeah, we'll keep going. And hey, I've had some more ideas like this thing. So you can see now the water is coming around here into here to build the power connection, mate. There we go. We are running. Awesome. So that's the start. This should fill up to these dams and then overflow. And there is our waterfall. Excellent. And then it should top up from here a little bit. And this should now just keep cycling forever. And that's kind of what I wanted. And from down here, so if I was I guess whatever these beavers are, you can just about see some of this stuff and some of the water wheels, but we're going to have a bunch of oak trees going in up here. So to get that planting going in. So yeah, this bot is going to get to work very soon. And I think probably what we need to do is maybe get some more planting at slightly lower levels as well. So probably you might have to put another forester in actually. Don't know if that one will be able to see down here. We'll see. Put some stairs in and we'll see how that one gets on. But yeah, the idea is going to be to probably not put any more in front other than these ones, which should block that off. So they'll still see the waterfall, but then we'll block some of this stuff off at the back. And yeah, that'll be good. I'm sure Iron Teeth are not going to care about seeing water wheels. They like industry. This is all going in, which is cool. But you can see the idea here that will provide power through in a drought, and it just kind of works on linking all the power grid up, I guess, which is no bad thing. They're really generating. Wow. Because there's a bad tide. There's a big spike in the water flow. Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. The fact that I've constricted this was an interesting choice, and thankfully it all fits. Just that is pretty snug actually. That is pretty snug. That was nearly a dumb. Oh well, it works. Anyway, I'm going to carry on, and I'll see you guys in a bit. It is quite a bit later in game. And in real time, about 2 days later in real time, and 3 cycles later, and we now have opened up our luxury district, I guess. The beavers have 57 well-being over here, so I'll take you on a little tour first. So the trees have grown in, and if we are kind of down at beaver level, I think it looks pretty cool. So I put in all 3 monuments. So in the middle, we have the Flame of Unity. In the waterfall, we have the Labour Monument. The waterfall is working really well. Buried in the side of the mountain, I put the Tribute to Ingenuity. I was hoping I could get it deep enough that it was buried behind the trees, but not quite. So that's that. Behind the housing, I threw all of the they just need to be there for them to get the bonus things. So that they got all of those. I put in a mud bath as well, so they're getting most of their well-being bonuses. So if we bring it up, the only things they're missing are coffee. We're going to work on that in a bit, and a Ferris wheel and a motivatorium. I don't think we have space for a motivatorium. We might be able to build a Ferris wheel out over the water, and a well-being, won't it? That doesn't need to be on the ground. So yeah, we could build that over the water. So I might have a look at that. This system is generally working okay, but is connected into the main power grid anyway. So that's that. Over here, they have finished building all of the terrain, and they have finished building the water wheels this side. So this side is done and working. Got to admit, this kind of bugs me. The fact that they don't line up. I'm not going to fix it this time. It's the first time I've tried to attempt something, a kind of whole map mega build. So we're learning. We're learning. And we're working on putting the wheels in. So from this side, they can access round the back, and I am putting in a way they can get across here. And then to build along this side, I'm building a scaffold all the way along. This is going to stay, so I'm not too worried about building that in. And as I was filling this, I had some problems with power and flooding, so these chargers are now connected to the main power grid. So that's that done. These chargers are now useless, so we should address that. I think that's a universal power shaft. So literally just spotted that. So let's see if we can address this while you guys are here. Yeah, pretty sure that's a universal, so we'll need to delete some trees. We delete those trees. Probably. So we either come in the back or we just dynamite out. And we come in the back. Let's. If we drop a universal in there, that will connect everything, won't it? Yeah, let's do that. Put that on top as well. Because that'll help those bots charge up. Come back to that. Other things that we've done some big changes over here. I kind of got carried away. So we've got an explosion to do here. But you may or may not remember that basically there was a pretty big mountain here. It was about this high. We've kind of knocked it all the way back. I've planted a bunch more canola here. This is off of District 1. And I'll explain why in a moment. And I'm going to do something with all of this hydrated land. I'm not entirely sure what yet. We might expand the farming, but I'm not sure we need to. As we have quite a good supply of food, we do need more canola still, so there is that. But otherwise, food-wise, we're in a pretty good position. Mangrove and kohlrabi supplies are good, so yeah, we might end up planting some more canola. We might put our coffee plantation in here. Why did I plant more canola here? Well, over here. This is part of District 1 actually, although it's attached to next to the power plant. I put in another bot production area to hopefully help with the bots over here. It doesn't seem to be yet, but you know, I know how it goes. We're low on gears. I'll come to that as well. That's because generally our supply of gears is quite low. But yes, I added that in, and I've got storage over here for all of the components. Hopefully you can't hear my neighbor building a patio next door. And then the other focus of this area is to produce grease for the bots. And you can see now we actually have a reasonable supply of grease. So I've got 4 oil presses and then 7 grease factories. I've not done the maths to see how that works out. I was just kind of slapping them in, and at some point I will. I was just playing last night and thought this would be a good idea. So yeah, there's that. I've got storage for all the bits for the bots over here and the bot parts and stuff, but we do have a problem with gears. So my temporary solution, and it's not ideal because it's a long way off, is I threw a bunch of gear factories over here. And we've got supply of planks, and these guys are churning out gears pretty effectively. But we need, I think, to, well, at this point it's probably not worth it. We need to expand gear production, basically. As a whole, we don't have very many gears. We have huge amounts of planks. So one way that I thought of addressing that, because over here even we are pretty short of gears, even with all of these gear workshops. So what I thought we could do is I had prepped this area. Is that was very loud in my head. universal power. No, that's a high power shaft. That was a universal power connection. We could take power out there. And then we could put a bunch of gear workshops in here. I think that would be sensible for the temporary break in power. So let's do that. Let's high prioritize building that, please. And then I'm not sure the best way to fit them in, to be entirely honest. But yeah, I guess I think we might have to bring power down out of there. But for that we will use a high power shaft. And then we'll put in some gear workshops. I'm going to flip it so that I can then take power at that side. I'm also going to high prioritize. If all the power connections are high prioritized, they will hopefully do those before they do the gear workshops. Let's do that. And then we can bring power across, or we can literally just do... I'm assuming this district also has an excess of planks. Certainly not short of planks, but maybe we put in a couple of plank workshops as well. Yeah, I think we do something like this. And let's put in a couple of lumber mills, just to boost the production a little. We can run a path all the way along there, and then maybe we put some storage here. And I'm thinking rather than messing about with loads of mediums and small and stuff, we just do like that. And that, and just do UB planks, UB gears, supply, obtain. No, you're not. You'll need to be switched over, because that doesn't seem to be working sometimes. So let's do that. Let's see if that helps, and then we'll need to make sure that these are set to export gears. Which they are. Hopefully that will help. I realised what happened with the food problem, because it happened again. These lost their export settings and they stopped exporting food, which was kind of a fun thing. Not. So yeah, I need to do something with this area. I've not decided what yet. It might become our coffee plantation. Actually thinking that maybe we should plan out our Ferris wheel. And I do really like the idea of putting it out over the water. We could get power out there and run the power through the lake. Not built a Ferris wheel yet. It's a big boy in it. It's a big boy. The entrance is there. But yeah, I think if we built ourselves a nice 3x3 platform, I'd have a cool view of the waterfall and stuff. So let's do that. Was it 3x3 or 4? In fact, 5. Okay. 5. So we needed to, God, pay attention. We need to be all the way out there, or we do it there. But it's in line, so that's a straight path. Yeah, let's do that. So hopefully I can remember. So it was there. Yeah. I think it's 5x5. Well-being Yep. Thank you. And then, do we be funky? No. We've got to do a bit of work on the pathage, so do that, and then they should, if we put a little industrial pile out the back where the beavers can't see. So the other thing is I put in a breeding pod, so I brought 10 beavers over here, then I put in a breeding pod as well, so that they have to bring in any other beavers, you know, keep it pure, and none of them work. So yeah, so that'll get that going. And then yeah, we need we can delete you. The power can then go straight down into the water. It can come out of the back of the mud bath, and then just run like that. I think that'll be okay. I'm going to leave that connection out so they can get to all of that. And yeah, we've got one builder bot and one hauler bot. Maybe we need to increase our bot population over here. So bump that up to 8. And we'll put all of them in building. And we're going to need to bring in treated planks, gears and planks. So they're all coming in anyway. So it's not help with our gear shortage, but hey, it'll be okay. Okay, I'm actually going, because we've got 17 beavers. I'm going to pause the breeding pod for now. So yeah, that's this area, which I'm kind of liking. There is one more project which is underway, which I'm going to show you guys. And I think we're going to call that a video for this week. And that means there will be at least one more, because I'm kind of having fun with this again. And that is over here. Actually, we need to... You can get to all of that, so... I wanted to start removing these two, I guess, hills. So we're going to flatten this down to this level. So we'll take down 3. And then I'm going to put something in here. I don't know what this is going to be yet, but it seems like a big area that we're not using. It's one of the few big areas that's not got anything on it yet, really. So, yeah. The other thing that I've changed is I've opened up one of these side ones. Actually, realistically, I could have them all open, to be honest, because the flow out is actually limited by this. I wanted to have more water going through, basically, so it did empty. That's okay. I've got one. I've put in a big battery back here to store power, because we are going to, the other thing, I've been working on the well-being of the organic beavers in this district and trying to work on replacing them, working with bots. So again, we've done a bit of cheesiness with the roof of getting bonuses here. So I moved the tribute to ingenuity behind the housing so we could do that. And I thought I'd put in a row of mud baths along here. So we have power here, but we probably aren't generating enough, which is why I put that big battery in the back. So I'm going to detonate all of this so that essentially we can sink a whole row of mud baths into the pier to give these beavers a bit more fun. Because I thought that'd be kind of cool. I haven't worked out how we're going to connect the power. We've got power up here, so it shouldn't be a massive problem. But yeah, I thought that'd be good. As we crawl along at ridiculously low FPS. As long as I leave some, I think that'll do. And then we've got some space for sorting power out. And yeah, I thought that'd be kind of cool. That should give these beavers even more of a well-being boost. So yeah, I think I'm going to call it a day here. What I want to try and achieve still, I want to completely automate this district. So we need another 158 bots to do that. We've already got over 1,000 bots. The other thing that I want to do is, but actually, I want to get bots doing all of the jobs basically. Something else that I forgot to mention is I did install the extra 2 deep mechanical pumps here as part of clearing this out, and I now have them controlled so that I put some dams across here and a stream gauge, and they're now controlled so that they keep water in here so that we can farm this area. And I think this is going to be a coffee farm. And I think what I'm going to do over here is probably build a, but they can't get. No, you told me you could. Told me you could, game. I'm hoping I can get this a little bit recorded. My neighbor has started building a patio, and they are storing geotiles. So yeah, I'm going to turn this into another high well-being beaver community, but hopefully at a larger scale. So we're going to need access to water over here, the closest of which is here, because we're going to need swimming pools unless we use water dumps, or we can just tap a water supply off of here. So yeah, that's my plan, I think, for next time is, and I'll probably work on some of it between videos, because it's kind of, the one thing I like about this, I can just play this one in the background. I love playing this game, so taking a moment is very good for relaxing. So I'll probably work on getting some of that set up so that we can, as I can retire beavers, start doing that. Oh, these are going in. Awesome. The other thing that I thought is I'm probably going to make this part of the Hot Rocks district, because it's a geothermal power plant, and maybe make it so they produce their own planks and gears, and we just import the metal beams. And I could even maybe make it so they grow some of their own trees, because there's hydrated land down here. So yeah, I'm going to work on improving that. But we're going to need to ramp up bot production even more, I think, because overall we have 300 and let's call it 370 beaver jobs to replace. So we're going to need like 1,500 bots. That's a lot. We are going to be able to retire 150 odd over here once this is all built, but you know, still a lot. Still a lot. And I guess actually as we start to send beavers to we call it Florida, the retirement complex, whatever we call it, then maybe we won't need quite so many of them doing other things, because it will be a bit more focused. I'm not sure. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this. Apologies for the long break in these videos. Life's been very hectic. So I'm probably finishing recording this about a week before you'll see this. And yeah, I will see you all next time.